Hello, I'm Martin Smith and this is your MaxiForex Week in Review. Today we'll cover some of the major events of the past week and discuss how they impact the global currency markets. The euro could further its decline to an all-round three-week low of $1.39 after yesterday when it completed a pattern known as the death cross. An economist at the largest Bank of Japan claimed, citing a trading pattern where the short-term moving average dropped below the longer-term average. This illustration was formed as the euro's 5-day moving average fell lower than its 20-day average, completing a signal that market declines are expected. The eurozone currency is also set to keep waning. The shared currency fell by 2.12% on the week. The euro-dollars pair was last trading at 140.91. The Canadian dollar on its way up rose 2.76% on the week. The US dollar CAD pair edged higher, attaining a 5-week high on 0.9812, and the exchange rate is currently trading at around the 0.9812 level. Due to commodity prices in the European stock markets falling, risk aversion is dominating the market and the Canadian dollar is under pressure. The pound received mixed indicators during the past week and declined by 1.04%. The manufacturing sector is suffering, but construction is stable, and the services sector is enjoying quicker growth. Unfortunately, the single currency's choppiness will likely continue. The pound-dollar pair was last trading against the US dollar at 162.52. The dollar-yen rebounded strongly last week on Japan's massive intervention in the country, which the country sold yen in the foreign exchange market for the second time this year to secure an economic recovery following the earthquake and tsunami in March. The Australian dollar had an all-round biggest weekly fall against its US counterpart since May 2010, after the Reserve Bank of Australia lowered its forecast for 2011 economic growth. The Aussie dropped to 4.81% this week, the biggest drop since May 2010. The pair was last trading at 104.63. In commodities, crude oil fell to the lowest in 8 months in New York and was on track for the most weekly decline since May, on speculation that demand for fuel will wane as US economic growth falls and Europe's debt crisis worsens. Crude oil dropped significantly by 9.22% this week and closed at $86.88 a barrel. Gold soared to a record $1,684.90 per ounce as global economic concerns and the American and European sovereign debt crisis sent yields on 2-year treasuries to a record low. The precious metal heads for its 5th weekly gain, finishing the week up 1.25% and was last trading at $1,647.17 per ounce. Probably the biggest story of the week and the one with the most economic impact was S&P officially downgrading the US credit rating from AAA to AA+. This was the first time for Standard & Poor's, and they also slammed the nation's political practice and chastised lawmakers for failing to cut expenses or raise enough revenue to reduce record budget deficits. Well, that's all we have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed this week's review and you'll join us next week. Until then, be sure to visit us at MaxiForex.ru. Good luck and happy trading.